Hello, my name is Lorette Garner and I am the art specialist for the city of Costa Mesa, and I am here today in the Renee and Henry Segerstrom Concert Hall. And I'm here today with Pops Conductor Enrico Lopez-Yañez with the Pacific Symphony. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Great. We have a few questions for you because you're new here to Orange County. You've been here since 2023. So we just want to ask you a few questions for Costa Mesans so they get to know a little bit about you.
Sounds good.
So our first question is, do you mind just telling us a little bit about yourself and your musical background?
Sure. I grew up mostly here in Southern California and in the San Diego area, and then came to school in LA after that. So sort of bounced around right around Orange County without actually being here. Both my parents were musicians. My dad was an opera singer and my mom was a pianist. So I grew up with a very musical background. After studying at UCLA, I went to study conducting on the East Coast outside of DC at the University of Maryland. And then my first professional conducting job was with the Omaha Symphony. And from there I moved to Nashville and I became a conductor there. That was my first Pops conducting job as their Principal Pops Conductor, which I have had for, this will be my 8th season with them. And since then I've also become Principal Pops Conductor here at the Pacific Symphony, at the Detroit Symphony, and I'm the Principal Conductor of the Dallas Symphony Presents and the Principal Guest Conductor for Pops at the Indianapolis.
It's amazing, you're doing so many things. I love to hear about it, all the places you get to visit. You're the Pops Conductor for Pacific Symphony. So can you explain to someone who may have never been to a Pops concert what a Pops concert is?
Pops is kind of just a catch-all term that we use to mean anything that's not the classical programming for an orchestra. So it can be jazz, Broadway, gospel, it can be rock shows, it can be disco, it can be movie music, it can be things like a rap artist. I mean, we kind of cover the spectrum with orchestras as to what they're able to play with. One of the things I love about orchestras is just how flexible they are and the fact that they're able to collaborate with all these different genres, different artists, and really elevate any genre of music that's out there by adding an additional, 80 musicians to it. You can really create some spectacular sonic worlds out of any style of music.
And I bet it's fun for them too to get to try different things.
It is. It keeps them on their toes. It keeps them doing a lot of things that they probably didn't think they were ever going to do when they were growing up, focusing on violin and conservatory, and then they're like, oh, and now I'm working with a country star. Okay, that's a little different, but that kind of makes it fun and exciting and gives variety to what we do.
That's great. What is your role within the Pops concert series?
So I help put together the programming that we present in consultation with our staff and our marketing teams and our artistic team. We try and consult with patrons and hear what it is that people in the community want to see more of. And then we build out a season. So for example, the 24-25 season, the first concert for Pops is Bernadette Peters. So we got our Broadway star. Then for the holidays, Joss Stone, a great soul artist. And we have a Music of Genesis and Phil Collins show. We have a Cirque du Soleil style show with Troupe Vertigo and doing all Broadway music. I'm premiering a new show with the Pacific Symphony that's called La Vida Loca, which is all the greatest hits of the 90s, Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, Shakira, Gloria Estefan. So we kind of cover it all and try and have a wide appeal so that we can reach really every member of the community in some way.
That's great. You work with a lot of different musical genres. Do you have a favorite or maybe a challenging one, or maybe you don't want to say that, but one that you like to work with?
Part of what I love about my job is the variety and the fact that I get to work in so many different genres. And a lot of that varies by what city I'm working in too. So certain genres appeal to certain markets. I mean, in Nashville, we do more country than we do in other cities. When I'm in Detroit, we do more Motown and doo-wop and things like that. In Orange County, we've been doing more Broadway than I do in other cities. So it just kind of varies based on the audience. But I love them all. I grew up with a very eclectic radio listening habit. And so now getting to sort of dive into all those genres and work with the actual artists, it's pretty incredible. And I feel very lucky.
And it keeps things really lively, and and it's educational too. So if we hadn't heard about something before a concert, in a concert, people can learn something new.
Yeah.
So you're the artistic director and co-founder of Symphonica Productions. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Symphonica is a company that we started back when I worked at the Omaha Symphony in 2017. It was a production company that we designed to help make sort of more affordable and highly engaging and entertainment education concerts for orchestras. When I started there, I realized that they had this really great system of creating shows, but a lot of orchestras outside of Omaha weren't doing similar things. So I started designing my own concerts that could be affordable and sort of rented out by different orchestras around the country, regardless of if you're the New York Philharmonic and can afford having an entire education department versus, you know, a smaller community orchestra that couldn't really afford to have its own department focused on that, because music education is so crucial in building future audiences. And from there we expanded and we started offering pop shows once I got more into pops conducting and started building out shows. Like we have a show called Disco Fever, which is all the hits from the 70s. The one that we're doing here this year, La Vida Loca, is one as well that is built by the company. And so we've been able to expand and grow that now into offering even a rental library of sheet music, where we have a bunch of composers from around the world that we felt really passionate about promoting their work, and again trying to make that music accessible and affordable for orchestras so that those different diverse voices can be heard in orchestras across the United States.
That's awesome. That's great work. I mean, it's important to expose kids to different types of music.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
My last question for you, I just wanted to know, what was the last concert you attended as an audience member?
Yes. This past year, it was actually a trio headlining. My fiance and I went to see Ricky Martin, Enrico Iglesias, and Pitbull. We're all doing a tour combined, the three of them. And it timed out really well because I was working on all these arrangements of Enrico Iglesias and Ricky Martin. We didn't have any Pitbull on the show, but we had the other two. So it was a good sort of opportunity to really ingrain. It was a work trip, really, more than anything else. I mean, I love their music, so it was a lot of fun to get to see those three artists in concert.
The arts, it's always a work trip,
yeah,
right?
exactly. It was research and development.
Absolutely.
So,
A lot of my job is research too. So, and then is there anything else you want anyone from Costa Mesa to know about you or the program or the season?
I mean, my big thing is that I just love how much we do here. And, you know, a lot of people have the perception of orchestras that, oh, it might not be for me, or it's too stiff, or it's too serious, or they only play music that I don't like. Here at the Pacific Symphony, we play everything. And so really just check out the website, pacificsymphony.org, because there's such a broad offering of programming, ranging from, like I said, jazz, Broadway, rock, you know, country. We do it all. So there's something for everyone in our season. You just gotta take a few seconds, check out the website, and you'll find out more information about all the cool stuff we do.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to Costa Mesans and the city of Costa Mesa. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.